Here we are, Wednesday, January 19th. We are well into the feast today. I'm so glad you're here. Today, I was thinking about mindfulness because I've been teaching with Christine the Mindful and Happy program, which started yesterday. And mindfulness really can help me get through any difficult moment. And I'm not talking about mindful meditation, although we can talk about that. I'm talking about paying attention on purpose, in the moment, refraining from judgment, and being really engaged with the task at hand. That's really what mindfulness is. It's as if your awareness is meeting the moment, each and every moment. Now, sometimes, as you may notice, your attention wanders into the past, thinking about the good old days, or into the future, thinking about what will happen if I don't get my Zoom room open. But mindfulness is about bringing it right back here. Christine used the analogy of striking a match on a flint, and that moment when the match meets the flint and that light happens, that's a moment of mindfulness. But the thing is, it happens this moment, and this moment, and this moment, where your attention meets what's going on right here, right now. So Deepak Chopra often calls being alive a process, and he even talks about your body being a process. And I believe your awareness or attention is a process. It's not a thing, it's a process. And we're constantly having this process of meeting this moment. Another analogy is, I like to think about sitting in the middle of a stream. And here comes the stream, here comes the new water, always flowing in. I think it was the Greek philosopher Heraclitus said, you cannot step into the same river twice, as new water is always flowing in. Just like awareness, you cannot step into the same moment twice, as new moments and opportunities and environs and relationships and objects of your perception are constantly flowing in. There's really no going back. And there's no sense I'm clinging to what's arising, because it's heading out anyway. So what can we do to lead a mindful life and make it happy? Well, I suggest that we are right here, right now, enjoying this very moment, this moment of our lives together, right here on Zoom, during the Feast for the Soul, in a month they call January. And here we are. It's this moment, meeting this moment, meeting this moment. Now, the most important aspect of this moment is you. You are the most important part of this moment, because it's really through your attention that you're able to be in this moment. You know, your attention is so powerful that it allows this moment to be, and allows you to connect to this moment just by, as a match strikes the flint. It allows you to connect to this moment as all the water flows through you, and there goes a leaf, and there goes some bubbles, and there goes some twigs, and there goes a fish, and you just get to connect to this ever-flowing moment of now. This ever-flowing moment of now. There is absolutely nothing stable except for your attention. And your attention is so powerful that it can bring just about anything to life, metaphorically. So if you look around your room right now, or look outside your window, what do you want to look for? Perhaps you want to look for the way things are moving, or any objects moving in your awareness. Perhaps it's the screen with all the people attending. Perhaps it's my mouth. Perhaps it's the wind in the trees outside your window, or the tail of a dog that wags when you look at it. In your environment, look for what's moving. It'll come to your awareness when you know what to look for. But what if you start to look for the space between you and everything else? The space between you and your monitor, the space between you and the wall, the space between you and your cup of tea, the space around things and between things. When you look for something, you will find it. It's almost as if you are bringing it into being. It's actually something that happens in physics, isn't it? When scientists are looking at the minuscule building blocks of creation called quarks, when they look for them, they arise into their awareness. But when they're not looking for them, they're not there. Now, that's why I think your attention is so important. It's invisible. You can't touch it, smell it, feel it, taste it, or hear it. No one else can access it. People try. Your attention is so subtle, yet so powerful. It brings everything into being. Your feelings, your emotions, your body. Just notice where your feet are right now. Notice your hands. When you look for it, it arises. I mean, it's always here, isn't it? Like a quark, but it may not be in your perception until you look for it. I think your attention is so powerful, and it's so important to harness it, because your attention can make your world a better place, a happier place, a scary place. Your attention can bring about emotions, can cultivate emotions. So let's talk about that. My name is Sarah McLean. I welcome you. If you've never been here before, we've been doing Awaken Wednesdays since, years now, since the lockdown anyway in 2020. And I love to connect to you this way. It may be great if we could all get together, and that will happen someday. But this is such a beautiful way to connect. And I hope you can imagine that the 100 or so of us are sitting in a beautiful big circle, maybe on the beach down by where I live, around maybe a beautiful fire. Today it's a little bit gray and overcast, but of course it's always tempered here. And maybe we're listening to the waves crash. But imagine that we're together in a room, in a circle, and we're practicing together. My word for this year is community. And I know the power of my attention. And so I'm always looking for ways to develop and create community. I'd love to hear what your word is for this year, if you have one, if you have an intention, or if you have a resolution or resolve. And I'd love to know where you're sitting, even though we're imagining we might be at the beach. Where are you actually physically sitting right now? If you'd like to put it in the chat, maybe we can connect. Maybe someone will be in your neighborhood and say hello. So today we're going to be practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is not only a way of interacting with the world around you, it's a way of living, to be present with what you're doing while you're doing it, without a whole lot of judgment, evaluation, but with a good and tender heart. So I think what we'll do, I'd like to share with you my secrets to success in terms of practice. And if you're new to meditation, don't worry. Once you start, it remembers who you are. It's like a best friend that even if you forget about her or him for a little while, they're always there for you. Have a cup of tea to help you navigate a difficult moment. That's meditation. So you can always pick up if you've left it behind, even if it's been years. So meditation is one of my best friends. Why? Because it really helps me to be calm, collected, access the wisdom that you have and that I have that abounds. Helps me to explore the wonder and beauty of this beautiful creation. And it helps me to be connected and less scared about what some people call the other, right? So the way I meditate is generally I sit comfortably and invite you to do the same thing. I like to remember the 5 essentials. In no particular order, here they are. First, it's okay if you get distracted in meditation. It's perfectly normal. The mind loves to get entertained and will redecorate your living room or plan your rest of your day. Your job is to wrangle it back sweetly and come back to the practice again and again and again. Secondly, as we practice, as we're mindful, because we start every meditation with mindfulness, be kind to yourself. Do not spend any bandwidth of your attention beating yourself up. Third, don't try to have a certain experience. Let's have the experience we're having and be like that. Be engaged in the moment rather than wishing things were different or planning how they should be. Third, or fourth, let go of expectations and treat each moment as if it's the very first one, because it is. It's that river that's moving towards you. It's always new. This moment is new. This moment is new. And fifth, stick with the practice if you can. Generally, our practices go for about 20 minutes. And then after we stop recording, I'll open it up for conversation if you'd like to share or put something in the chat or ask a question. So sitting comfortably, you don't have to sit perfectly still with your eyes closed, although that may be preferred. You might lean back on the chair, close your eyes, or gaze softly toward the ground. Shift your posture so you feel supported. And close your eyes if you like, and deepen your breath. Give yourself some long, slow, deep breaths at your own pace, in and out through the nose. Let your belly soften. Let your shoulders lower and relax. As you send a signal to your body with these deeper breaths that it's okay. This is okay right now. I don't have to brace myself against the next moment. And then let your breath return to its natural rhythm and depth. As you sit here now, you might begin to notice that your sounds around you are occurring. They've been here all along, but you might begin to tune into them. Perhaps it's the hum of your computer or voices in another room, or birds outside, or the sound of your own breath. Mindfulness means to pay attention in a particular way, in the present moment, right here, right now, refraining from judgment and preferences. You might practice welcoming everything, resisting nothing. Noticing how some sounds arise from the silence and return to the silence, like the sound of my voice. You might notice some sounds are constant. Begin to tune in to the sound of the sounds rather than your evaluation of them or even labeling the source of them, as if it's an entire soundscape. Some say, lose your mind and come to your senses to cultivate mindfulness. So let's come to the sense of sight now. You don't have to open your eyes. Simply see what's going on behind your eyelids. Maybe there's some light that's coming through. Some shapes and patterns. Or if your eyes are open, notice the way your landscape meets the eye. Tune in now to any aromas that might be in your space. Freshly washed hair or a candle or something that was just being cooked. And welcome everything, resisting nothing. Begin to tune in now to whatever flavors are in your mouth. Just like the sounds, there's no need to identify them or decide whether you like them or not. Simply notice what's here. Perhaps you open your mouth slightly and breathe a few breaths over your tongue. Refraining from judgment. And let's tune in to a sense of touch and feeling. First, checking in on your emotional state. What emotions are here for you right now, if any? Maybe there's a slight residue of emotion, or maybe there's something right here, right now, that's coming along for you to meet it with your awareness. Welcoming what's here, allowing it to be here. Noticing where in your body the emotion makes itself known. And if you have a particularly strong emotion, simply say hello, let it be here. You might even ask it what it wants, what it needs. And where it resides in your body. And bringing your awareness now to the sensations that are here physically in this process of being alive. Perhaps you tune into your feet, where they're resting on the ground or on a sofa, in the air. If you have socks on, bringing your attention to the sensations in and around your feet. Refraining from judgment. And perhaps trying on that your attention could be a beam of love that connects you to everything, including your beautiful feet. Shining that light of attention up your legs, welcoming everything and resisting nothing as you sense perhaps the clothing on your skin or the sensation of your knees bending. Tuning into your thighs, how they support you as you sit, the backs of your thighs contacting your seat, sense of pressure and strength. The fronts of your thighs. Perhaps you feel where your hands are resting, if they are. And drawing your loving attention up to your pelvis and your rear and your sit bones. Noticing how your attention enlivens. And soothes and heals. Drawing your attention now to the trunk of your body, inviting everything to soften. Your belly, your back, your diaphragm, even your rib cage. Letting the light of your awareness travel down from your lowered shoulders all the way down to your fingertips. Recognizing sensations of warmth or coolness, lightness or heaviness. Traveling up to your neck, your throat, tuning into the sensations you might feel in and around your neck and throat. As you light it up with your awareness, refraining from judgment, evaluation, the future or the past, right here. And bringing your loving attention to your beautiful face, softening your brows, your eyes, tuning into the most subtle sensations of your face. Letting go of any need for expression. Noticing the sensations of your eyes, in and around your ears, in and around your mouth, in and around your nose, bringing your attention to the back of your head, maybe where your spine meets your cranium. And bringing your attention to your beautiful brain. And now tuning in to the slight movement or motions that you might feel in the body. Perhaps there's a swaying, pulse, a heartbeat. Welcoming everything as you tune in now to the movement of the breath. Each breath is new. Each breath is perfect. We'll breathe naturally with attention and awareness over the next minute or so. I'll keep track of the time, remembering that your attention is love, and loving each and every moment and each and every breath. Inviting contentment into this moment. Practicing being content right now in this moment. Loving what is right here, right now, in this moment. As we begin to come out of the practice, you might deepen your breath a little bit, but keep your eyes closed, inviting contentment to stay with you, mindfulness to be the way you live today, an awareness of your awareness, noticing what you shine it on and how it connects you to everything else. Might give yourself some deeper breaths. Stretch a little bit into the space around you with your eyes closed. Once again, tuning in to what you might be feeling or seeing, even with your eyes closed. Noticing the sounds around you and sensing the space around you. When you feel like opening your eyes, you can do so first with a downward gaze. When you feel like opening your eyes all the way, do that slowly. There's no rush. Take your own time. I'd like to close by bowing to the loving awareness that lives through you as you, that lives through me as me, that lives through everything, that we meet love with love. That's all there is. So thank you for joining me today for the mindful meditation practice. Remember, what you look for, you will find, and you're the only one in charge of your attention. Though people might want to take it from you, it's yours. It's a currency that you get to figure out how you're going to spend. So thank you. I'm going to stop recording now.